Hey y'all, Craig with Small Town Wreath Shop. How's everybody doing today? Y'all, we're going to make a smaller beach style wreath with the same sign that I decided to change on the other beach wreath that I made. We call these our waffle wreaths. They are a smaller, thinner. Somebody's already spoken for the big wreath and I needed to make another one. So we're going to do it a little bit different today. So we're going to be using a Dollar Tree frame and the same 8-inch sign, metal sign. I've got to put a couple more Chanel stems. This is the color ribbon, so we're going to stay with the natural, the coral, and then that teal blue to bring in those colors of the sign. And we're going to be using a teal blue tubing, the mesh tubing. We're going to be using a Dollar Tree, a teal blue, pretty teal blue. I've already cut my mesh off, 15 inches of a cut. I've got 6 of these, and we're going to be alternating colors. We're going to stay with that natural color. This is a burlap and cream striped, so we're going to bring in some of those natural colors again. So we're going to alternate one, as we go. So it's going to be super cute. So let's get to it, y'all. Alright, y'all, let's get this thing started. We do use a Dollar Tree frame for this style wreath. It's just a Dollar Tree frame that with 12 Chanel stems on it. You can kind of see where they're at. You put one by each one of the bars on the inside and one on the outside between each one. Gives you 12. We're going to be putting all the mesh on. This is the ribbon that we're using. We're using a 2.5-inch teal blue, 2.5-inch coral, and we're going to alternate those on top of the rope. I do need to cut these last few. I've got everything else cut. Whenever we cut our ribbon tails, we lay each one on top of each other, and I kind of make sure they're halfway even, and you just fold them in half, and you cut up 45 degrees on both sides. Give you a dovetail. I had just a few more to cut, and you just fold it in half. And I've got the colors kind of separated, so I had 4 to do. Let me go. Get these 4 right here done, and then we'll get started putting that mesh on. So just do both ends. I kind of reline them back up, make sure they stay straight, and cut them all just like so. Fold it in half, lay it to the side. We got 2 more. We got this one. Get out of here. A net or a fly. This one and the other one, and we'll be good to go. This is I am filming this on a Sunday night, 8 o'clock on January 23rd. So I hope y'all had a blessed Sunday. That me and that little gnat finna get after it, and I guarantee you I win. I must have cut one too many, or either I'm short. We'll see. I'll have to see when I finish. I got 1 extra teal. I don't know, because there should be 12 sets, 6 of each color. Alright, so we've got all of our ribbon tails ready to go, ready to put on. I do have an extra. I'll see if I'm short. I'll have to cut another rope color. So let's get up our trash. Alright. Now we're going to alternate our mesh, so it doesn't matter which one we start with. Now these roll different than like the curls. You see how it wants to roll up like it was on a roll. This time, instead of rolling with it, you flip it over. And flip it over, and we're just going to do that little scrunching all the way down the middle, all the way across. We're not using any clips right now. You just have to use your fingers. Keep it as tight as you can and try to stay down that middle. And it's going to make like a little I don't know, it kind of looks like a flower petal or something another like that. And we're going to start on the outer ring. Stick it all the way down in there and let them chenille stems come up through those cracks where the mesh meets. Keep it tight. Pull it tight down in there and give it just a couple twists. It ain't got to be just one twist, one or two. Now, we want them to overlap. So just whatever way they want to go good. Now your whole goal is to keep these things kind of flat. That's what helps keep the wreath kind of flat. So you have to just kind of fold your mesh under, let it overlap, and just kind of fold it and let it kind of fold itself down. That's what's going to help it stay kind of flat. Same thing with this one, just unroll it. This one does have a different color down the middle, so you can, you got a little line of sight there that you can go down through the middle. And just keep working all your fingers back and forth till you get everything just like so. And just keep on working all the way around until you get the outer ring on. Once the outer ring's on, then we'll start putting some ribbon tails on. Same thing for each one. Couple twists, overlap both pieces, and then just unfold it so it'll stay down. Now make sure, it doesn't have to be exactly straight, but make sure your tie kind of stays in the middle of those other two. Alright, so let me get all the rest of the mesh on the outside and we'll be right back. Alright, now we got everything. We got the outer rim on. I got a straggler right there. We alternated colors, so we got 3 of each. Now we can start putting the ribbon tails on, which all I do, let me give myself a little bit of room here, is, y'all seen me do this, just unfold them. I've already got everything cut, and just accordion it across the middle, right there where it was, I let go of it, right there where it was folded. Make sure you get a hold to it. And then we're going to take and just pick one out. Doesn't really matter. You know what I'm going to do though? I'm going to put the coral on top of the blue. So we're going to start with the blue. That way the blue will be on the, go right down in that V. Pull tight. Couple twists. That's all it takes. Go ahead and open up your ribbon. You can do it either way. I think on these, on the waffle wreaths, instead of making my X like I normally do, I kind of leave one straight and just bring that other one down. Because a lot of this ribbon's going to get covered up with the next run. So just, you don't have to make your little X's. Just make sure that you have them kind of going to the outside of the wreath so you'll see it. So let me get this one on. Lord, I got a dog barking over there at Granny's. So just right down in there. You got plenty of ties on this. Plenty. This I will do opposite though. We're gonna let that rope color one, that beige color one, go down this time, and we're gonna let the blue one stay straight. So I kind of do that sometimes. Just kind of mix it up a little bit, and then we're gonna go right back to the same color, to the coral again, and we're gonna be right on that blue. These are super simple. They're very thin. As far as my ours stay about 5 inches thick, and that's it. So they'll fit between your screen doors or your storm doors or whatever you have. Oh, I need this one going down. This one back up. We'll straighten him out. Just gotta kind of work with it. Remember, it's all wired ribbon, so just work with it enough. Alright, let me get all of the outer rim on, and then we'll start the inner rim, so I'll be right back. Alright, all the ribbon tails are in place on the outside. Now we're going to start putting the mesh in again. I'm just going to grab one of the blues. And I think what I'm going to do, it doesn't really matter. It's not going to matter. I'm going to try to I'm going to start right here. Just start somewhere and then just alternate your colors just like we have been doing. So let me get this out of the way real quick so we can scrunch these things up. I just pick that middle piece of foil and I try to keep it between my fingers. Now it's hung up, and I just keep that middle piece of foil going right down the middle, and just keep it as tight as you can. I mean, I found that, you know, if you got to use them outside fingers or whatever, but the tighter I keep it, the better it seems to look, and it seems to work better. So just take and pick somewhere to start. Push it all the way down. Push it down as far as you can, down in the bottom of that chenille stem, in that V. And then the same thing. Just overlap. Move everything out your way if you got to. And sometimes you may have to pull a little bit of the mesh, you know, through that chenille stem if it's not exactly straight, or you just roll it. It'll eventually go kind of like you want it. Grab one of these, hanging up on everything. Grabbing all my mesh, y'all. Grabbing my mesh. Alright. So accordion down the middle. And you can make, anybody can make these, y'all. You can make them for any season. Super affordable. We sell these. I sell these in our shop for $64.95, and then it's I think we have a flat rate shipping of $20. Is where we ship all of our wreaths for a flat rate of $20. And again, y'all can see all that at smalltownwreathshop.com. Go into the menu section and go to our completed wreaths, and it will take you to our Etsy shop. Thank you very much. Alright, so now we've got two of the colors on, just like we did on the outside. So let me finish up, and we'll come back and we'll have all the mesh on and ready to go with the next set of ribbon tails. Alright, now we got all our mesh on. So now we need to put the rest of the ribbon tails on the top, and then that way, well, I can't put that yet. I forgot, y'all. I forgot. I don't want to put the ribbon tails on yet. I want to put the sign on. I want to put the sign on, then we're going to work around them, because these 8-inch signs fit real good right in this middle. I've got to put 2 more chenille stems on. Yes, it did. That's why I'm having to kind of make another one too. So we're going to pop 2 more little holes in here. And we got to put 2 more. That's with our jewelry punch, y'all. The little jewelry punch you can get from Hobby Lobby. This is a 1 point. I think this is a 1.5. It's either 1.5 or 1.8. I can't remember. Can't remember which one it is. Get these other 2 chenille stems in about 1 inch. Just twist them on good and neat. And we're going to get this thing tied on real quick. I like to tie my signs on like with these chenille stems, because for us, we just haven't had great luck with the cable tie mounts, you know. Just haven't. Just one of them things. Alright, so try to take a look at the wreath. Kind of look at it and kind of pick out what you think. You can see like this one's kind of, I will be adjusting some of these, bending them back over. But kind of try to pick out what you think you want as your top, sides, bottom. You know what I mean? Just kind of take a gander at it. I kind of like that like that. So we're going to call this up and down. And then we're going to put this thing right in the middle. You can bend all these other ties down. These 8-inch signs work really good in here. Like really good. I need my little yarn needle. Find my little yarn needle somewhere in here. That's my little gem of a tool. So I like to use that. Just stick your chenille stem through it. Pick your somewhere close to where that chenille stem's at on the sign. I slide over to the edge of the table, and I try to go just in that between the inner rim and that next bar up. That's where I try to stay. Remember, kind of grab your sign, get it in place, and then I kind of pull up where I'm tying at, and just hold it. You know, I kind of want it to be level, and I want to know what it's going to look like. And you just flip it up, pinch it with your thumb, and start wrapping around that bar. Let me get 2 of them done, and I'll flip it over and let everybody kind of see. Just wrap about 4 or 5 times. You can tie it on after you're finished. So just kind of wrap a few. Alright. Now I'm going to go straight across to the top. And we're going to kind of just push it down. Make sure it's going to be where we want it. Stick it through. Like I said, I stick it through kind of close. Then I just kind of bend it and make sure I'm inside that bar. Pull it through. Make sure that sign's in place good. Make sure it's not too tight, but it's tight enough that it ain't going to wobble. And pinch it. Start wrapping. These are sometimes, but they're all, putting the signs on is always one of the most aggravating. The signs, attachments, everything else. One of the most aggravating parts of making the wreath. And sometimes my fingers don't fit in between these bars good. So it's a little hard to grab it. 3. I'm trying to put like a little hook on it where to come back to me when I put it under the bar. And now y'all can kind of see what I'm doing. Ow. So between this bar and that bar, and just take your pick. This one actually wrapped on the bottom, this one wrapped on, I missed that one. But just pick your bar and then you just wrap it. Hold it tight where it comes through, and then wrap about 4 or 5 times on each one. I just leave it long until I get them all done and I finish. Then I'll go back and I'll kind of tie them in a knot so they don't come off. So now we're good. So let me get the sign tied on, and we'll come right back and we'll start finishing up with the other ribbon tail. Alright, y'all. Now we're back. We got the sign tied in. Now we're going to finish up on the ribbon tails. We're going to put them in the last 6 of the ribbon tails. Just pick you somewhere to start. Same thing, and we're going to alternate. Just kind of twist it in. Now these you can separate. I like to do them kind of separate where I make my X again a little bit. Or at least let them kind of wrap around the sign. So it doesn't really matter. You can run it the same way if you want. But you can do one opposite. But let's just stay with the kind of like we was. So you can change it up. Whatever floats your boat. I love this coral color, y'all. This coral color is really, really, really pretty. It really makes that wreath pop. Bringing in those natural colors. I don't want to miss any, so pay attention you don't skip none. Just like that. Now I'm going to stay opposite. We're going to put the coral down this time. Let that brown go up. Just like so. You have to, sometimes if you can't get them to separate, you have to really pull on them. Really yank on them and get them to go down like you want them. Get them to stay. Now we are going to be putting some tubing in afterwards, so don't cut nothing off yet. And just keep alternating until you get all of them in. Once everything's in, then we'll come back and start putting the tubing. Alright, so we got all of our ribbon tails on. Got our sign in. Still got all these chenille stems poking up. So now we're going to add a little bit more pop of color all the way around. So let me slide this out of the way. We're going to be using just some Dollar Tree tubing. And it's going to be that, it's a light blue, a little lighter than the teal, but it's still going to go with the sign. It's just a Dollar Tree mesh tubing. That's all it is. We're going to make some little loops. And we're going to tie it in. So let's get this thing untied here. Get it cut. And I always have, like, it gets all knotted up. So I just make some small loops, you know, try to make them about the same size, you know, yay big. That's about where are we at? So that's about 5 inches, maybe a little bit more, and we're gonna make 4 loops, and then we're gonna cut it off, and we're gonna just tie it right in all of the tops for sure. Sometimes I don't put it on the bottom ties, but I probably will on this one. Get it in there, give it a couple twists, make sure it's laying right. You want it all to go around that sign nice and pretty, and just keep going. Keep on going till you get them all done. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like I said, just get them in there, tie them in, get it tied pretty tight, you know. You don't want them coming out. Doesn't take but a couple of twists, you can 2 or 3 times, and you'll be good to go. 1, 2. That one there's a little bit too big, so I don't like him. That one's got a little smash part. We're going to put him in the bottom. We're going to make sure he goes down. And I'm going to get all these in here. And when we get back, we'll be done. So I'll be right back. Alright. We got everything on now. We got all the tubing. All the tubing's on. Outside and the inside. Now we've got all of these chenille stems that we need to cut. So we're going to take our wire cutters and we're just going to get in there, and you're just going to snip off the excess. Don't go too short. You only twist it a couple times, so you're just getting all the excess off, and you can finish twisting it together. We're going to bend each one of them down, but we don't want to see all of that stuff. Just get it off. And then I just bend them over. So just take your pick. I'm going to bend them all to the inside. Oh, make sure your tubing, I pulled that one. Make sure your tubing's all staying there, kind of straight. And just bend them down. Make sure everything's good and still where you want it. Not really overhanging on the sign too much. Now we got to get all of them on the outside. So you do the same thing. Just run through there, trim them all off. Just keep working your way around. I guess I can be bending them down, and you just bend them over. That way it doesn't poke you, it doesn't poke the customer. Make sure those little wires are rolled over. And we're just going to get rid of all that excess trash. But this one's going to be, it's super cute. It's just smaller for you know, I guess you could, if you did have a beach house, this is something that you could just kind of leave at the beach house. Pull it out when you got there, you know, keep it bagged up and hung up over there, and it would always be there for you. So now we got all this trash, and that's it. Now you just go through, work your tubing around like you want, work your mesh around like you want, work your tails, Make sure everything's laying properly like you like it. You know, you want everything kind of out so you can kind of see it. You want all them pretty colors to be showing through. And it's super simple. We sell these wreaths, like I said, on our website, $64.95 all day long. Super simple project that you could do with your kids, grandkids. We need this next younger generation getting into this a little bit, y'all. So, but that's it. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of this video. If you did, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. It helps us grow. Check the description below. I'll try to link in some things that we use and some links that we can send you to for the mesh holders, our gear that we use. So y'all check it out. I appreciate everybody watching. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye, y'all.